buddy. Looks good in there. Looks good in here. Take a little pat to it anyway. Clean it up. Boom. Ball joints.
Go, there's that. There's the bottom. The top's right there.
Cool, cool. All right. This side. Tip it down just a little bit.
Push up.
Push it up. Oh, my bad. That's good.
Right there?
Yeah. Alright. There we go.
Top. Tip it down a little bit more? No. Might be good. There you go.
So we're gonna go top edge. Cool. All right.
Would you want to hold? Or you
Yeah,
want
get on this side and hold this side, and I'll tie it all together. Damn, dude, it's like a very thin margin of error there, huh? So it's gotta go in over. Good. Yeah, is it up top? Yeah. All right. Thin margin of error here. Let's do it. That's good. Oh, loosened up. All right. Here we go.
That's still good.
Still good. Here we go. Moving forward. Looks good. Okay, so that's what it happened last time. It just kind of stopped right there. And was it flush?
Yeah.
We needed to be flush.
We
huh?
put it flush out.
Okay. Cool. Ready to go. Look at that. So that's good. Lips good. Looks good. Ball joint in. Needs me to do a. Where's my snap ring? Snap ring. Jeez Louise. Don't do this, Wow. Wow. So dumb, dude. Struggling. There we go. Perfect. All right.
Money.
Money. I hope that was a good shot. Alright, so this is how we remove and install the suspension. What I did was I put jack stands right in the middle. That's my safety one. Jack stand on the opposite end. It's holding. Jack stand on the rubber boot. That's holding. This is jack stand that's holding as well. Take off the bolts. You just screw them down. And at the bottom of it, you have this bolt right here. Right there. There's a nut on the other side. Loosen that up. And then I put a jack stand underneath this middle part over here. And the stock spring is a little bit longer. So what you need to do is go for this bolt right here. There's a nut same size as this bolt right here. And you're gonna take off the nut on this one. Just take off the nut and then put a little bit of tension on this one, on the jack stand, just a slight tension. And what I did was I took off the exhaust from the hangers. I dropped it down, the forward one and the one behind it, so it could give me access to this bolt sliding out. And I punched it through. It only goes so far. And then I used my 15 wrench or socket or ratchet or whatever, ratcheting wrench, and I went all the way in. I used this end right here and worked it all the way out. And then once it came out, it kind of jolted this control arm just a little bit. I lowered it down just a little bit, and the spring and the shock just fell right out. So I installed my new one. I locked it up top, locked it up down here. I set my spring, even though it's low. It was not even inside the little cup there. I used the stock spring isolator. I took off the top one and used the aftermarket one that is supplied with the kit. I raised it back up slowly, and in this process I used a screwdriver and I lined up the hole. I went up and down a couple times. All I did was use it as an awl, and I lined it up, went down, lined it up one more time, and then finally when it was ready, it was close enough, I stuck this in here. This is my trick right here that got me through this whole process. I stuck it in here and I shifted back or forward, whatever I needed to do to even start that bolt. Then again, I ran it in on this time instead of off. I ran it all the way slowly. Well, I put tension on it at the same time, and then I lined up the back end, and then I just kept going all the way in. I put the nut on the other side. Alright, take some time. Got my jack underneath the control arm, put a little bit of tension on it. Fortunately, I was able to remove the stock strut. Easy day, fell right out. Took off the bolt, compressed it. This is the bad one. Took out the bolts up top, compressed it with my hand because it was just shot. Here I am. Now I'm gonna take out the nut. Alright, heads up. I had to undo the hanger forward of the control arm so I could get more slack on the pipe, vertical slack, alright, because it was preventing from me to take off this bolt. So once I got that control arm slack, I had a little pry bar here, and my son go ahead and pull it down. I released these two up in front too. Okay, now you're gonna see this whole thing come together. Go ahead and drop it very slowly. Goes in the hole. All right, ready? Go ahead. Good, good, good. You hear that spring releasing? Go ahead. Good. All right. So we're good to go. Oh, stop. You went too low. It's all good. All right. I just fell right out. Remove and replace it. Throw it back on.